Hello Flosstube, this is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner, and I am here with a quick update of my work from April. This is my third attempt filming this because I keep running out of space, so I'm hoping third time's the charm, but I'm going to try to run through everything pretty fast. So, as you may recall, during my last video, not the Mania one, but the one from a month ago, I said that I wanted to stitch 1,000,000 stitches by the time that I am 50 or something like that. And so I created a Google spreadsheet to track my stitches, and I decided to do that about halfway through March. So far I have a month and a half tracked, and in that time I've done 11,918 stitches. And in the month of April, I did 7,330. And here's a printout for my spreadsheet so you can see how I'm tracking it. Here's the date, project worked on, and number of stitches. And then over here is the project name. And then I use the equal, and then I press the buttons to add it up for me. And then it sums up there. And then I have a main sheet that takes the amount from each of the monthly spreadsheets and adds it up by projects. And over here I have the finished ones. Actually, this one was the Haid that I had a problem with. The Haid Mystery Sal, that the fabric was too small. So I'm still counting those stitches because that's work done. Anyways, so in the month of April, I worked on 13 projects, and I had one finish. I'd hoped for 2, but I only managed 1. So let me run through everything real quick. And this isn't in the order that I worked on it. It's just in, well, at first I sorted it alphabetically. And so, except for one project, it's in alphabetical order. So to start off with, we have the one that I had hoped to have finished, and that's the April cottage. I've made really good progress on this. I just have the border down here, the border up here, the month name April, and a couple of clouds. I think it'll be about 1,000 stitches left to do. So I hope to get that done pretty quickly. I hope this week maybe, but that might be a stretch. Next up is the Fabulous Woman in History, and I did 246. Did I say that I did 1,557 on the April cottage? Because if not, that's what I did. Over here, I did the white on part 2 and some of the sand. And this is going to be Virginia Woolf. And this project might go away for a little bit. I don't know. Because I've already ranted about this twice in my previous 2 takes. So, but basically it comes down to I don't agree with the saying, women are the real architects of history, which is what it says on top. The reason I don't agree with it is because I believe that that's a pretty divisive statement. Saying that women are the real architects of history insinuates that men are not architects in history, and I believe that that is basically an attempt to rewrite history. I know a lot of people won't agree with me, and I've ranted about it twice today, but basically I really believe in equality, and I believe that it's, basically, there are a lot of good men in history that have built big foundations of our society and the world we live in. You have, like, William Shakespeare, Pluto, Socrates, you have, Leonardo da Vinci. You just have a lot of men from history that have been architects of history. And so I believe that saying women are the real architects of history is just not right, and it's divisive. And I don't believe in divisiveness like that. If it were to say something like women are architects in history, I'd be fine with that. If it were to say fabulous women throughout history, again, I'm fine with that. But it bothers me to such a degree that if I were to see that on my wall, I couldn't. And so I've thought maybe to try to chart another saying, but I'm not really good at charting, or just leave it out altogether, but I don't know how I feel about that. So, if anyone is charting another phrase, I'd love to know. But as for right now, it's a saying I can't agree with, and I know that might offend some of you, and I'm sorry if it does. I don't mean to offend anyone, but men and women were architects of history. All races have been architects of history, and if we're ever going to come together and not be divided, we need to stop with divisive statements and trying to, in your attempt to build up one group of people, you don't need to insinuate or tear down another group of people or make them any less. So, well, yes, there have been bad men in history. There have been. There have also been bad women in history. And yes, there have been great men in history, but there have also been great women. It's not either or. It's both. And so a statement like women are the real architects of history, it's just, yeah, sorry, no. Women are architects in history, and men are architects in history, and they're all real. So enough with that soapbox, or this is going to cut off on me again. Next up is the Fantasy Sal from Durian Jones, and I put in 141 stitches on this, and they were just blue lines. I haven't done any filler, I haven't done anything else. My goal for this project is by the end of the year to have done all of the border, and then next year start filling in the characters with each month. So I know that this Sal didn't start in January, but that's where I'm going to pick it up. And I really hope to get those characters done. That border done. Next up is the Haid Mystery Sal, and I did 163 on this. And this fabric smells really good. Like, I don't know. Every time I use it, there's always this like extra smell that comes off with it, and I really enjoy it. So I worked on this, and I love this. I really love it. The next part was released today, so I'm bummed that I'm so far behind. But I might continue that little vine down through what's been released today, because I just love how it looks. But then again, I'm not working on any Sals during Mania, so I don't know, guys. Next up, we have the Linen and Threads Mystery Sal, and I did 290 stitches on this. This is on a glass blue 28 count Monaco, and I am using a variegated thread from Thread Pickers. It's called Twilight Dream, and that's what it looks like, and I love it. I really love how this color comes out on the blue, on the fabric. I'm still undecided about like the solid motifs, like the little birds and stuff, if I want to pick another color so that they stand out, like a solid, not a variegated color. But I don't know. I really don't know. Any opinions, and I'd appreciate it in the comments. that would be awesome. Next up, we have my one finish, the March Cottage, and I did 562 during the month of April. Look at those little sheep. They're so cute. When I saw the picture of this cottage, I just wasn't impressed. I didn't like it, but I love it finished. Like, I really love this. I think it's perfect. Next, we have one called Serenity, Courage, Wisdom. It's a Dimensions kit. And I started this because I joined a Dimensions stitch along. And this is my favorite quote. It's, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's what it will look like finished. But it'll take a miracle to ever get there. This is where I got to. So, a tree along here. There is so much backstitch, half stitch, blended threads, multiple strands, French knots, that I have some serious doubts about my ability to ever actually finish this project. And I did 251 stitches with that. Next up is my smallest progress. I did a grand total of 40 stitches because the randomizer that I used said 15 minutes. And that is my Stitcherovia. It's pretty pathetic, but I can't wait to work on this project more. I did the pink ones. And that's 40 stitches. But I really love this project. I already downloaded the next part that came out today. And I've been thinking I might stitch this just separate and give it to my boyfriend. And it says, the best thing to hold on to in life that is each other. Whoa, words. By Audrey Hepburn. And this is just the black and white printout, but I think that's really, it's a really true statement. And I just love that. I think it's a good thing to remember, to hold on to the ones that you love, and that there's nothing more important in life or better in life than that. Next up is Under the Sea by Durian Jones, and I put in 186 with that. So I have to figure out how I orientate. Yeah. So I finished all of this shade of green in the first part. And if you look very closely, you can see the octopus outline, kind of, and that's the eyes. I just think this one is so cute. I don't like the ocean, and I don't like the beach or animals or anything like that, but I think these little creatures are so cute. And the submarine, oh my gosh. Next, we have Up on the Rooftop from Tilton. And I did 600 stitches on this one. Every time I drew the non-sal from my randomizer, I worked on this one because I really like this one. And I wanted any excuse to work on it. And this fabric is so stiff. Anyways. So I finished this column, and I did the blue in this column. So, can't wait to do more on this. Eventually it'll need to become a focus piece so I can just get more done on it. But until then, when I draw that little option, I know what to pull out. Next up, we have the U.S. Presidents from Clouds Factory. And I stitched up George Washington in 2 hours. I have 16 hours of my audiobook left on his biography. But he's so cute, and the colors on this fabric really just pop. I love it. I love it so much, and I'm learning so much by listening to the audiobooks. Like, I might have to devise another plan because I'm probably going to finish the backgrounds before I even get close to but yeah, I love stitching on it. And I did 516 stitches on that. Then we have the Yuletide Labyrinth Garden Sal from Carolyn Manning. And I did 1,505 stitches. So I finished the page 1 of the pattern of the first part. I started page 2 of part 1. That's all I've done. Part 2 is out, so I'm behind, but I just love this one. And I love how the colors look on this fabric. It's a 28 count storm. I don't know who the storm's by. I just got it on 1, 2, 3 stitch. But yeah. Love it. And for a long time, I just had this pattern out, like on a Q-snap. And so anytime I had a couple of minutes at all, I would put in a few stitches. But with Stitch Mania, I, 1, needed that Q-snap, and 2, nothing else is getting worked on besides the Stitch Mania stuff. Okay, my last one was a new start, and during the Haid sale, I bought A Christmas Carol. This is just the black and white printout. By Dean Morrissey. And I spent 2 weeks gridding my fabric. I'd work on other projects in between, but I gridded the entire canvas. And then this weekend, I finally got it started. I'm doing Extreme Cross Country. So same color through the whole project. And this is my start. So I used a blue metallic to mark the page outline, the page breaks. So there's one there, and then I used red to mark the grid. And this design is 700 by 400, so that's like 2,800 little squares. It took forever, but I love this project, and I love attempting to extreme cross country because before I've always worked in columns. And so I'm really looking forward to trying this. And ooh, look how big this is. Oh my gosh. Oh lordy. I did 1,273 stitches, which considering that was only 2 days, I'm pretty proud of myself. This is the only non-Mania project that I'm going to be working on this month in the Ultimate Cross Stitch group. I think that's what it's called. In the Every Member Counts challenge, you have to do the number of stitches as there are members, so that's 3,023. And I've decided, in an attempt to work on a non-Mania project during Mania, I will attempt to get those stitches on this project only. And I've discovered that when I listen to audiobooks as opposed to watching TV, I'm actually 4 times faster. I get about 150 stitches per hour doing it by listening to an audiobook or a podcast. When I watch TV, I get about 50 an hour. So, so 150 to 200. Depending on how condensed the block is. So I think it's doable. I'm basically giving up TV, and really it's not that much of a hardship for me because I haven't been enjoying it for a while, and I'm really enjoying listening to books. So here's to getting more stitches in and stitching all the things, right? That's what we say, stitching all the things. Okay, I just have one bit of haul I want to show you guys, and I'm kind of excited about it. I bought a 500 gram cone of DMC 310, and this is what it looks like. Look how much 310 that is. Oh my gosh. Okay, I had a $10 gift certificate on Amazon. Because apparently someone I recommended used TurboTax, and so I got a $10 gift certificate because of that. And so I bought this, and it's the equivalent of 261 skeins of DMC. And so it came out to be about 10 cents per skein. So with the price of DMC going up like it is to like what, 52 cents? This is a huge savings. I mean, that's a 40 cents per skein savings. So on 100 alone, that's $40. You double that to 200, that's $80. And then let's just say it's like $250, so take half of that, and you're at like $100 savings by buying one of these. I might not have been doing that. Is that math right? I don't know. I think so. I majored in accounting, so I should really know this. But now that seems like a really big number, and so now I'm kind of worried about my math. So 52 times 0.52 times 261 equals 135.72, and I paid $24. So that's like $110 savings by buying this. I mean, that's huge, guys. That's huge. That's a lot of money. Just saying. And the last thing I want to talk about / show you is a small crochet update. A couple videos ago, I talked about having had to take out all my stitches on my frig cal. That cal is crochet along. Well, I put it back, and this is where I'm at. I'm only on like round 20, and there's like 80 rounds or something. But I love how it's looking so far. I think it's going to be so pretty. And as a reminder, this is what the yarn cake looks like. So once I finish this, I have the same one in the reverse where the lighter color's on the inside. And so I'll start that, and so it'll go back from the light back out to the dark. And I am super excited. I think this is going to be beautiful. I just am really hit with the stitchy bug right now and not the crocheting one. So I don't know when this is going to get any more attention, because anytime I have free time, I just want to cross stitch. I have started my first day of Mania piece, Portrait of Veronica. I've gotten in about 300 stitches. It's sitting over there. So while this video is going to upload to YouTube, I'm going to hopefully maybe put in another 200 and get to 500 tonight, but that might be overly ambitious. I don't know. Guys, it's 11 o'clock right now. That would be like 1 o'clock going to bed, which sometimes I do, but I shouldn't do. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm going to sign off now. And happy stitching, happy Mania. And I'm sorry if my little rant soapbox standing thing offended anyone. I don't want to offend anyone, but yeah. So I'm sorry for that. Come June, I'm going to be changing up my rotation thing again. Probably. We'll see how I feel towards then. I still like the randomized thing, but I also want to choose a focus piece. So I'm thinking it might be Veronica. And I'm thinking that I'll do an every other day type of thing, where one day I just focus on my focus piece, so Veronica, and then the next day I do the randomizing thing. And then I go back to Veronica, and then I go back to the randomizing thing. And that whole time, because I do love this Christmas Carol thing, I hope to do like at least one length of black 310 so that and each one gets me almost 100 stitches, I think. So I'll be putting in progress on that. But that's not going to be like a big rotation piece. That'll just be like a pull it out, work on it every day type of thing. But otherwise it's going to be Veronica, unless something else captures my attention. But the main thought is I want Veronica done. I love her. I love her so much. I want her framed. I want her on my wall. I love Portrait of Veronica. And if you are wondering like what I'm talking about, I talked about it more in the Mania video. So you can check that out. But that's what I'm thinking, is to try to create. So I'm still working on the other projects, but to have one sort of focus piece. But just do it on a day thing. And I've also been thinking, because I don't always get a cross stitch every day, that it's going to be an every day I get a cross stitch thing. So like say I miss a Wednesday. So say Monday I do Portrait of Veronica, Tuesday I do the randomized thing, and Wednesday I don't get a cross stitch. Well, Thursday will be Portrait of Veronica, even though if it were, I hope that makes sense, okay? But that's just what I'm thinking right now, in an attempt to actually finish some things, to do a focus type of thing. Anyways, that's enough rambling for now. I'll talk to you guys all later. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. And I really thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day and happy stitching. Bye.